here with Lennis Perez, and Lennis is amazing. If you don't already know her, you need to find more information about her. She is such a great person, and she wrote an amazing, amazing chapter that everybody should read. And it's, her journey towards becoming the first wellness engineer. And yes, such a thing exists, and she's the first one. So I'm so glad that you could join us here today, Lennis. Thank you for your time. I know you're a
Thank you
busy
for
lady.
having me. Yes, I'm very excited to, number one, I get to see you
Yes.
and talk with you and hopefully inspire some people to go
Yes.
get the book,
Oh,
get the
yeah,
book.
get the bug. So tell us a little bit about your job and what do you do?
Yeah, so I'll take you back a little bit
Yes,
to
please.
my STEM journey. So I actually graduated with a master's in chemical engineering,
Mhm.
and I worked as a chemical engineer for many years designing chemical plants. And then, life started to happen.
Mhm.
So, as I share in the chapter,
Yes.
like my story from very early on, being born and raised in Venezuela to now, and pretty much what I do right now is so many things. I wear multiple hats. I'm
Yes.
multi-passionate. I was never able to really fit into a box.
Mhm.
So I think that's what inspired me to really go into the journey of becoming a wellness
Mhm.
engineer and really
Yes.
helping other STEM professionals in general find sustainable and healthier ways to manage stress.
Yep.
These were tools that I wish someone had taught me in my journey. But even to this day, I see so many people still
Mhm.
struggling and just pushing through. That's
Mhm.
pretty much how it's
Yep.
been, how it gets done in the industry. You don't complain, you push through, and
Yeah.
if you're sick,
You
you
push
get
through.
annoyed, and then you show up still sick. Like so many things that we do to ourselves when we don't prioritize our well-being.
Mhm.
So yeah, in a nutshell, is I really help people learn and implement these
Yeah.
tools that I've learned in my journey from experiencing high stress, burnout, and really physical and mental debilitating conditions in
Mhm.
my journey as an engineer.
Yeah, and I think it's so important because one of the things you always get told is just get done. Get it done.
Mm,
It doesn't matter.
mhm,
Just get it done, and people push through, just like you say, they push through so many things and they do not take the time to actually sit,
mhm.
get that perspective, and do what they need to do because they think that it's, they have to just keep going and going and going on the circle and it never ends. This is how burnout begins, you
Yes,
know?
yes, exactly,
Definitely. Yeah,
exactly.
so I think it's so important what you're doing and helping others to realize it. And just you have an amazing journey, just saying again. But because you shared some of that in the book and in your chapter about how you dealt with that and just hearing from another female engineer, not just, somebody in the medical field or,
Mhm,
something like that, somebody who's actually been through it and they know how, our minds work. So thank you
mhm.
for doing that and taking the time to actually document it for us. Like that's very helpful and it's very helpful.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So why did you write this chapter? Let me ask the question.
Uh, I think this is where the two of us connect, which is the
Yeah.
storytelling piece.
Yes.
Really telling stories help people connect.
Mm-hmm.
They help people feel seen.
Yes.
And as I shared earlier, I really didn't have role models in my
Mm-hmm.
professional career that showcase the importance of prioritizing one's health.
Yeah.
It's always been a reactive
Mm-hmm.
type of situation. If something hits you, you deal with it.
Right.
It's never been from the preventative perspective. And
Mm-hmm.
after going through it, I really felt called to share the story, to
Yeah.
share even like I spell it in the book at towards the end of the chapter, like what are some of the steps that you can take right now?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the questions that you can ask yourself right now to really gauge where you're at, to create that awareness? Um, Even though now we have a lot more access to information through social media and
Mm.
women are being more vocal, you are still a minority in
Yeah.
STEM. You still feel isolated. And if this chapter can help you feel seen, connected, and give you at least a roadmap, that was
Mm-hmm.
my goal. That is
Oh,
my
yeah.
intention at the end of the day. Yeah.
Always such a good intention because I think, and I love that you said it like that in terms of we are more reactive, and we have a reactive culture in maintenance and engineering and reliability. We're always talking about we should be more proactive and,
Mm-hmm.
do this for the machines and make the machines work. And we're not doing it for ourselves. So it is,
Exactly.
yeah, it's something that we need to practice, like
Mhm.
from the workplace back to yourself. So that's something that I'm glad that you put it like that. So for all of our engineering folks listening to it, time to get proactive about this, you know, get
Mhm.
involved in it. But what will you say to other people who are, you know, either trying to get into the field of STEM, or I know, especially for women, a lot of them are leaving the STEM world and we don't want them to leave. And what will you say to inspire them to stay or to get involved in the STEM world?
I have so many ideas,
Oh
and
my
this is from
gosh,
my own
great.
experience, right? But um, it's really great to contribute to something
Hmm.
that has a direct impact on society. It,
Yes.
it just it just does, right? Whether you're dealing with just like a tiny piece of a bigger part of the puzzle, you're still being a big part of
Yep.
what impacts society, whether through technology, whether through engineering, whatever it is, right? So I think keep that in mind as your North Star, that you're still contributing in some way or
Hmm.
another. One of the things I will say for for my fellow seasoned engineers and women in STEM who are considering leaving,
Hmm.
I will say one of the biggest gifts in my own personal journey was actually taking a break
Hmm.
from engineering, really stepping back to focus on what are some of the things that I need to feel fulfilled, getting that clarity. And I will tell you, like, stepping back into the field actually makes you feel so empowered
Ah,
to create change.
yes.
It really gives you so much clarity on who you are and how you
Hmm.
can contribute to these things, to the people around you, how you can be a role model, how um, you can just share the things that are working with for you. Like,
Hmm.
one of the things that I learned when I took a step back and I came back was there are many resources that are offered to you as an
Yeah.
employee,
Mhm.
but we take them for granted
Oh
because
yeah.
nobody really explains to you how these things
Yes.
work, how can they be used. Like, I'm constantly looking at what are my benefits? How can I take
Hmm.
advantage of them? How can I really lean onto these things that my organization may be offering to
Right.
help me
Hmm.
show up in a better way? Right. And then for those who may not have those opportunities within their organization, because I know, for example, you're an entrepreneur,
Right.
right? You're in STEM, but you're an
Hmm.
entrepreneur. There's no organization
No.
offering you any package or benefits. Um, just really thinking about what are things that fill my cup and
Hmm.
scheduling them. We're
Yeah.
extremely organized.
Oh yeah, very.
We're very organized. I mean, some people may say they don't feel like they are, but our left brain is all about systems. It's all
Always.
about processes. It's all about how things get done. very
Mm-hmm.
analytical. So lean into that superpower to schedule things that you enjoy that are outside of your work.
Mm-hmm.
And remember that your job is not you as a whole human.
Yes.
Your
Oh my
title,
God.
it's
Mm-hmm.
not, it doesn't define you.
Yep, yep, yep. I know some people will take that one to heart, but you need to work on that because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times we think that once we have this title, like that's it, that's who we are, that defines us fully, and that's so not true.
Mm-hmm.
You are a human first and foremost. Remember
Yeah.
that always.
Yeah.
And titles and stuff will come afterwards, but it's what you do with your life that really matters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just as simple as I could put it.
Yes. Yeah. And it's your life. You're the one living it. It's not,
Hmm.
it's, at the end of the day, I think about when you're retired, when
Yeah.
you're kind of done with this phase of your journey
Hmm.
and you look back, what are some of the things that you don't want to regret,
Hmm.
right? That you may be giving up right now. And for me, when I started my journey, and I talk about this in the chapter, it was a
Hmm.
lot of ambition. It was more
Hmm.
perfectionism and
Yeah.
and and lots of needs to feel that I was in control in some ways,
Mhm.
which life showed me that's not true.
No.
It just doesn't work that way. And my goal was to really climb the corporate ladder, to really make it to a high position where I managed people and I did
Hmm.
all these things. And as I started climbing the ladder, I started to feel less happy,
Yep.
less fulfilled.
Hmm.
So I think that was a story that I bought into.
Yeah.
That was not an aligned story for
Hmm.
me. I rather impact people that
Yeah.
are around me than manage people. Like that's
Yeah.
just feels a lot more aligned with who I am. So
Hmm.
recognizing that was extremely important
Right.
for me. So yeah, for anyone that's interested in joining STEM, there's still a lot of work to do.
As there's always a lot of work to get done, and especially in our field. And like I said, I was having a conversation earlier. Diversity is so important because
Mm-hmm.
we think differently.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks differently. So just being able to have that in STEM, we could make so many changes and impact so many lives. So it's very important for you to add your value to the
Yes.
industry because
Yes.
you're the only one who could do it.
Yeah. And speak up and find
Yeah.
mentors. I was in a call this morning with a team of
Yeah.
engineers and at various stages in their career. And what was
Hmm.
interesting is like a few of them were like from different countries, so they
Right.
had different perspectives and different ideas. But one of the things that I noticed is that the two female engineers that were on the call, they stayed quiet the
Yep.
entire time.
Yep.
And I know they have value. I know they have something
Yes.
to offer. So get get comfortable with
Hmm.
sharing your ideas.
Yep. Yep.
They're
Oh,
valuable. It may trigger a different thought from somebody
yeah.
else in the team that can solve the problem more efficiently, or you may have a more efficient
Mhm.
solution. So
Yes.
please
Usually.
speak up.
Yes, I think speaking up is something that we all need to work on because we think that we should stay quiet and stay in the background and,
Mhm.
let everybody else do whatever. And then you have this great idea that's
Mhm.
brewing in the back of your mind, and you could probably cure cancer or something like that, and you
Yeah.
just stayed quiet. So
Mhm.
speak up and let
Mhm.
people know your voice and know your ideas because
Yes.
you're the only one who could contribute that to the industry, and we need you to do that.
Mhm.
Nobody else can do that for us.
Yes. You are the gift. You
You
are the
are.
gift. The entire whole of you with your experiences and your ideas and your thoughts. Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes, Lennis. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you have not read her chapter yet, you are missing out so much. You have to read her chapter. Get the book, get reading because there's so many gold nuggets in there. And you have a lot to learn with everything and all of the different chapters in this book, especially
Mhm,
Lennis. Like
mhm.
you have some questions you need to ask there. But thank you so much for your time, Lennis, and for writing the chapter and for everything that you do for the industry. Because I know you
Mm.
do a lot.
Yes, I do. I do. But
Oh,
thank you
yeah.
for having me, Sanya. It
Yes.
was a pleasure to contribute to this project.
Always a pleasure to talk to you, Lennis. See you soon. Bye. Bye.